We are starting with the audio test. Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus versus Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition 2024 versus 2025. We got triple camera setup on both phones. 50 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and 10 megapixel telephoto on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. And we have 50 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and 8 megapixel telephoto on Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition. This is in UHD 30 FPS using the selfie video recording. I think that's it for a quick audio test. Let the battle begin. On the widest field of view, which is 1x, both faces on the portrait mode are distorted. You got a warmer look on Galaxy S24 Fan Edition and natural looking tone on S25 Plus. The color of the sky and the contrast of the jacket are almost the same. On this image, you might have a better edge detection on S24 FE looking at the tree, but you will notice there's a difference in the colors of the skin tone. Again, warmer on S24 FE and natural looking on S25 Plus. On 2x, we decided to take the test a notch higher by doing a low light shot, and S25 Plus is struggling a little bit with sharpness looking at my face.
New era, like a phoenix I rose up. Can't keep me down, I glow up.
Also, if you look on the face, there might just be more details looking at S24 Fan Edition. It is smoother on S25 Plus. On portrait zoom, this is where S24 FE loses on the S25 Plus. We got 3x and 5x on the flagship Samsung S25 Plus.
New era, new era. Stepping into the new era. Say goodbye to the old era. Say hello to the trendsetter.
And on the selfie portrait shot, I like the images coming out of S25 Plus. The skin tone is natural looking and also detailed. S24 Fan Edition is a little bit yellowish for my taste. Looks like there's a sepia filter.
Switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold.
So this is the video quality test starting with the selfie video recording. By the way, HDR is on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. So you can see the video quality. This is one of the difference of the S25 series versus S24 FE. This is a 10 megapixel sensor on Galaxy S24 Fan Edition and 12 megapixel on S25 Plus. We have two similarities on both phones, same size, 6.7 inch, and also we have the same looking design on both phones, just a difference in colors, maybe the color options. But in terms of difference, there's a lot, especially with the processor and the camera performance. We have different sensors on both phones. So this is the selfie video recording. Which phone do you think is better? We have better contrast on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. Natural looking and brighter because of the HDR. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the rear cameras on both phones. So this is a 12 megapixel sensor. We have 1/3.0 on Galaxy S24 FE and we have 1/2.55 bigger sensor on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. We also have HDR turned on Galaxy S25 Plus, so you will see the difference. I'd probably switch to the normal mode on the main sensor, but this is what it looks like. Look at the color of this ball. Do you see any difference? Now let's check the main sensor. And this is the main sensor, both 50 megapixel sensor, 4K, 30 FPS. We also have 60 FPS mode and 8K video recording on both phones. But we're testing 4K later outdoors. We will check the 8K video recording and the HDR on low light video later on this video. So this is the quality on both phones, Galaxy S24 FE versus S25 Plus. Which phone do you think is better in terms of the main sensor? Now let's check the zoom. And lastly, the 3x optical zoom on both phones, 8 megapixel on Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition and 10 megapixel on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. We can shoot UHD 60 FPS on S25 Plus, but we can only shoot 30 FPS on S24 FE. In terms of video quality from the selfie, main sensor, ultra wide, and even the zoom, which phone do you think is better? Now let's check the image quality. On our image quality test, you will notice that the colors on S25 Plus is popping out a little bit more compared to S24 FE. It is also warmer and more inviting than the competition. Also, if you look on the details and sharpness, there may be over-sharpening on Galaxy S24 Fan Edition, but this is a matter of personal choice. But looking at the colors, there's just more punch on Galaxy S25 Plus. S24 FE is a little muted, especially on the reds, yellow, and green.
Without you. hopelessly, I would pretend that this was something that would last forever and ever, like a burning flame that would never die.
The sky is bluer on S24 FE but the road is warmer on S25 Plus. On close-up shots, the edge detection are pretty solid on both phones. You will have bokeh bolts at the back, two of the best camera phones out there in 2025. And checking the field of view or FOV, we have ultra-wide main sensor and 3 times optical zoom on both phones. They have the same 30 times zoom on the farthest reach, and you also have 3 times optical zoom for close-up shots. On slow motion, both phones are capable of shooting 4K 120 FPS, which is really nice. We are starting this outdoor test using the ported video in UHD 30 FPS. Both phones can shoot UHD 30 FPS on the cinematic or ported video. Now let's check the selfie camera. Now this is the selfie video recording test. UHD 60 FPS, the highest resolution and frame rates on both phones. Checking the color of the sky. Darker on Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition and bluer on S25 Plus. Let's check the video stabilization. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the rear camera. This is UHD 30 FPS starting with the ultra-wide lens 0.6x on both phones. Both 12 megapixel sensor. Look at the color of the sky. Again, darker on S24 Fan Edition. And you got brighter colors on Galaxy S25 Plus. Also, the color of the grass, not yet green. We're still on springtime, but there are greenish grass here. You can see that there's more colors on Galaxy S25 Plus and also the building there. You can see color orange on Galaxy S25 Plus and a little bit darker brownish on S24 FE. Checking the stabilization. Which phone do you think is better? In terms of the stabilization, both has super steady video. Switching to the main sensor. Look at the color of the trees. Again, more colorful in the S25 Plus, but brighter, and maybe the highlights is clipping a little bit on S24 FE around here. I'm not sure if I'm just looking on the screen. Looking at the clouds and the sky, again darker shade on S24 FE. Let's check video stabilization. Now switching to the optical zooms, 3x on S24 Fan Edition and also 3x on S24, or rather S25 Plus. 8 megapixel versus 10 megapixel. You can see that S25 Plus is crushing the shadows a little bit and better exposed on S24 Fan Edition. Looking at the details, again I think more detailed and over sharpened on S25 Plus. Now checking the video stabilization quickly and going to the farthest zoom. We got 12x on S25 Plus and also 12x on S24 FE. Just a difference in colors. In terms of details, almost the same, maybe a little bit more detailed. Looking at the grass on S25 Plus. Again, switching to the main sensor, or rather the ultra wide lens. Which phone do you think is better? On night shots, both phones are really good. We have stronger contrast on S25 Plus looking at the sky and a little bit bluish on S24 Fan Edition, but also brighter. In terms of color profile, the colors are stronger on S25 Plus, but again, some would say that the brighter and less warmer photo on S24 FE might be a good shot. On pitch black condition or darker situation, we got better image quality on S25 Plus. It is brighter and has better sharpness than the competition, also more accurate than the fan edition. Here, I will show you all the focal length from the ultra-wide main sensor and 3x optical zoom, although heads up on 3x, S25 Plus has better autofocus. We're starting with the low-lit video test using the selfie camera in 4K 60 FPS. I noticed that both phones are darker in 60 FPS compared to 30 FPS. Galaxy S25 Plus and Galaxy S24 FE is the perfect choice or alternative for Galaxy S25 Ultra. If you want a bigger size phone, this is 6.7-inch screen. In terms of video quality, we have a natural looking tone on Samsung Galaxy S24 looking at my face. A little bit greenish on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. But again, better exposure. Feel like the video quality on S25 Plus is artificial compared to Galaxy S24 FE. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the low light performance on the rear camera using the ultra wide lens again in 4K 60 FPS. I like the natural looking tone of Galaxy S25 Plus, natural looking compared to the greenish Galaxy S24 FE. So there's an interchange of the video quality from the selfie. The only difference here is the sensor size. We have 1/2.55 on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus and 1/3 on Galaxy S24 FE. I think that's it for the ultra wide lens. Now let's check the main sensor. Now we're checking the main sensor again, UHD 60 FPS. So we have a 50 megapixel f1.8 on both phones, 1/1.57 on S24 FE, and 1/1.56 on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. I don't know if you see any difference on the video quality. I thought it would be fun to check the HDR on Galaxy S25 Plus versus the natural video on Samsung Galaxy S24 FE. Do you see any difference in terms of video quality? I think brighter on S25 Plus. We can also shoot 8K video recording on both phones, 30 FPS. Now let's check the zoom. And lastly, we have the telephoto zoom on both phones. So this is 3x optical zoom, 8 megapixel on Samsung Galaxy S24 FE, and 10 megapixel on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. In terms of the frame rates, we can only shoot 30 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S24 FE. So this is a battle of 30 FPS, but we can shoot 60 FPS on S25 Plus using the 3x optical zoom. I think that's it for our low-light video recording test. Which phone do you think is better? Now let's check the video resolution. Checking the highest resolution, we have 8K 30 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition. And we also have a proper 8K video recording on Samsung Galaxy S25 Plus. Both has 8K video recording. I think that's it for a camera comparison video of these two phones. Which do you think is better? Is it worth it to upgrade to S25 Plus from S24 Fan Edition? Leave your comment down below, and as always, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.